I'm going to take you through. It only took me 6 hours to get to max level. Hello, Millennials, this is Critter. Hopefully having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in lovely World 0 because I'm going to be taking you through how it took me less than 6 hours to get to max level. That means going through the 575 levels through 4 prestiges. I've currently already done this run before and it took me just over 7 hours. And let's just say it took me less time because of a lot of advice I got from y'all and some optimizations on my end. So if you have not already, please make sure you smash the lovely like button. Do the same subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And the reason I say this is these types of videos take me upwards of about 12 hours between recording, editing, uploading, all that. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get right on into it. So first things first, I want to thank my lovely comment section. I do read all of my comments. I do try and respond. But these lovely people made me aware that I'm a big dummy. So first things first with this run, I only used VIP and Archer class. Those were the two things I used. I was playing during the ×2 XP weekend, so no boosters this time. I actually was going to be doing a full booster plus XP weekend, but Roblox said no. So, so I'm going to be doing the exact same path as I did last time, so I'll kind of walk y'all through what dungeons we're doing. And I had a few questions about why I was choosing those specific dungeons, but I'll get to them when we get there. So first thing I did right after spawn is I went and grabbed 2 very easy quests that I kind of had forgotten about and didn't know about until the egg event. And I bypassed these last time, but there's 2 of them. There's one on the rooftop party. You go ahead and grab that. And then if you go over to the bank, there's one as well if you put an item in the bank. Well, joy of the rooftop event 1 is you can take those glasses, shove it in your bank, and you get 2 easy quests done. The next goal I had is I needed to unlock all of the dungeons in World 1 because I was going to have to do them repeatedly throughout the run. So hard grind part of walking around the entire zone, starting to do some of the dungeons to get some XP and to get some of those quests done. I also grabbed the waypoint quest because there is a waypoint in the farm area, so that was actually pretty easy. Now the pathing for this, or if you're from 1 to 25, is to do the hardest dungeon possible. And I do want to apologize to the random commenter that World 1 dungeons do not spawn elites, so it's not actually beneficial to grind a lot there. The minute you can go to World 2 is actually better, so I apologize, random commenter. I was wrong. The next thing I was using is also random commenters. I love y'all. Y'all were letting me know that deleting my old weapons, switching classes, and then going back to the Archer class granted me an at-level gray weapon. This was nice because this helped me with my weapon problem until I was able to get physically to the towers. So pretty much World 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to utilize this a lot. Now, I'm not showing obviously the whole time that I've done this because 6-hour videos tend to kill channels. So if you want to look at the unedited version to see what I was doing, see some of the dumb stuff I did, like I went AFK because I stepped away and died, stuff like that. So if you want to see that, that is in the description down below. If you do want to see that unedited video, it has some nice music to it. If you want to use something to fall asleep, I've heard people doing that, but there you go. I'm also going to be making now a brand new playlist of all the speedruns I've also done because I've done a lot. I've done some all the way back when getting max level required some RNG to get to 75, and I've done as more recent ones. So I'm going to start making a big playlist so y'all can go back and check them out. A lot of those are streams, so I just wanted to let y'all know that that is out there now. One other thing to note is you'll see in the recording software is I left the old times from the previous one that took me about 7 hours, just so that I could see how my pacing was doing compared to last time, where I was losing time, things like that. So y'all are more than welcome to look at that throughout the run. Now, after I completed World 1, I moved on to World 2 and unlocked the first and last dungeon. The reason I wanted the first dungeon is it's actually pretty decent to grind XP, and the last dungeon is the next part of the run because at 25, 26, we're going to go here and we're going to start farming the first 3 rooms. Now, the reason I want this dungeon on challenge mode for those first 3 rooms is elites. They have an absolute monster amount of mobs in those first 3 rooms. Now, you can push all the way to just before the boss, but I'm telling y'all, it's insane the amount of XP you can get just clearing these first 3 rooms and resetting and doing it again. So we're going to do this until level 40. At level 40, we're going to move on to World 3, and because we are 40, we're just going to go straight to the last dungeon, which once unlocking it, it's easy. And we're going to stay in this dungeon until level 70. So literally all I did is I'd level up, I'd exit, I'd change my class, change back, I'd get some new gear, go right back on in. One of the big limiting things I did find with this, that's not quite of perfect, is armor. So, you do actually have to grind for armor. Didn't realize that. But it wasn't too big of an issue. If I died, I died. I just restarted it over. Most of these dungeons, you're just clearing rooms as much as you can, so I didn't really sweat it too much. I did also have an attack pet at this point, so it wasn't as great as the last run. So if you saw my 7-hour run, I got a god tier stat-wise pet that, I mean, it didn't have an unattainable perks, but I mean, for a random getting a pet, it was amazing. This time, not so much. At about 41 minutes in, I had hit level 50. We were already saving an hour compared to my last time. I was super excited about this. And for those of you wondering why I'm not going to World 4 or World 5 to farm for anything, for levels, is because the dungeons really do not have good farming locations. It is far better, and there's more mobs in those first few rooms, especially in World 3, in order to farm. That's preferred. You're going to get XP faster. So for those of you wondering why I don't go and do dungeons in there, that is why. World 4, you are just visiting to get some quests done, to get some XP. World 5, I visited once, other than for XP, and that was to go to the tower. Now, at level 70, you can go into Tower 1, so I use this to get some level 70 gear. It's really easy. There's a couple elites that spawn, so it's kind of okay eeps, so it wasn't too much out of my way. Also, after getting through World 3, and once I had hit level 75, which that's kind of the next big point, is 70-75, going to 6-1, so going into World 6, so you can claim a bunch of rewards, usually from World 4 and World 5, which can, if you leave at 70, you can kind of level up to 75 from that. And once I started on Dungeon 6-1, you stay in there until you're 95. I did stop by Tower 2 to go ahead and grab some more gear. Again, I also picked up an egg, and I went ahead and did hatch this egg later on, and I got a black shark, and that is the pet that I will be using for the rest of the run. He had okay stats, but I more or less wanted him for his offensive ability because it was slightly better than the boar wolf I had. So moving forward past Tower 2, once I hit that 95 mark, we went to 7-2, and I stayed in there until 115. At 100, I did go to the Tower 3 to get some gear, and then at an hour and 45 minutes, we did our first prestige, and it was time to rinse and repeat. I had already gotten everything unlocked. I had a pet I liked. I had mostly some gear. There was a few times throughout the run I would kind of stagger when I would reset so that I could get gear at lower and lower levels. So that was actually super helpful. Now, I'm not going to go over the individual timestamps like I did in my last video. This is because you're more than welcome to go check out the end screen. I'll show what the end time was here. There you go. I did have 2 disconnects and just normal Roblox stuff. So I will have to say at 5 hours and 38 minutes is when I did finally hit max level. It was nearly an hour and a half time save compared to my last run. And I realized a lot of the time I'd spent getting gear, which thank you guys for showing me how to do that. I'm going to be really honest, there's probably about a 10-20 minute times you can shave off. But a lot of that is human error and lag. So I'm probably not going to be doing this again. I was going to do a fully maxed out fast as you can do, but I have some other plans. So here is the account, guys, that we did have. This is all the gear I ended up holding on to throughout the run. As you can see, there was several points that I did hold on to some great gear. We have, this is the final pet I ended up using, mostly because of the resist knockdown and because of the walk speed. And here is this guy. Because resist frost and bonus pet food chance was amazing. Normally, in the last video, I gave away this pet. I'm not going to be doing that this time because I'm actually using this account for another video. If you have been looking at my community tab, I posted out a question with 5 different game answers, and there was a reason for that. So you will be seeing this account again. It may be a little bit because the video is going to take me a little bit longer to get together, but I look forward to showing it to y'all. Also, I do want to comment, Kensai, Mr. Developer, using admin commands does not count. Okay? Hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all next time.